Did you know some of the best Mexican food in the San Fernando Valley is hiding inside a gas station in West Hills? I'm not talking about fast food. I'm talking fresh carne asada sizzling on the grill, handmade pollo asada burritos, birria tacos, and this is a spot so underrated most locals have driven past it hundreds of times without stopping. On today's episode of Eat, Live, Love San Fernando Valley, we're pulling into the Chevron on Van Owen in West Hills for Salsa Mexican Grill. And trust me, this one's going to surprise you. And this is the kind of place food blogs haven't really caught up to yet. There's no fancy signage, no line around the block, just straight up legit Mexican food in the West Valley that punches way above its price point. Let's get this food tour started. On today's episode of Eat, Live, Love San Fernando Valley, we're in West Hills at Fallbrook and Van Owen. And you might be asking yourself, really? Mexican food in a gas station? Is that even good? I think you're gonna be pleasantly surprised today. So we're gonna go in, check them out. Again, this is a gas station. They got car wash, you can get your propane like a typical gas station, but most gas stations don't have food like this. Come on, let's go inside. Come on, excellent to be here.
Hey, thank you for having us, man. It's a pleasure.
Well, the honor is mine because I come here all the time. And when I tell people that there's really good Mexican food in a gas station, I always get a strange look. Do you still get that from a lot of people?
I do. A lot of people second guess it. They're like, oh, what's that back there? I'm like, it's our family-owned gas station or restaurant since 2001. And we've been running it just with pride, and we try to make in-house. So that goes a long way, and it shows the quality and the taste in our food.
So going back to 2001, how did you decide to open up a Mexican restaurant inside a gas station?
So when my father first came to this country, he worked at a Chevron on Ventura and Van. And they had a similar concept with the kitchen inside of the gas station. And then when he ventured out and bought his own first one, he remembered back that was a great concept and it worked for that station. So we wanted to try it in his own location, and we've been running great ever since.
And of all the different types of cuisine, how did you end up on Mexican
food? We looked at Subway, but Subway had too many restrictions with like our food mart and all that. And we looked at Italian, but it took too long to make Italian food. We figured that Mexican food was quick.
Right, and I like that because it's something you can either eat here, which I've done before, or something if you're pumping gas or getting a quick car wash,
take it to go.
You can take it to go.
100%.
Take it to go right away. All right, so when you look at your menu, you guys have pretty much everything on it. So what are some of the more popular ones that when people come in?
I'd say personally myself, I love the pastor. It's delicious. The flavors are all there, and of course the go-to is carne asada. People love our carne asada.
And you had the birria also.
Yes, we just recently put birria. People were requesting it. And our chef, Patty, she's been with us for almost 16 years now.
Wow.
And she perfected her little birria recipe that's homemade from her family. So, and the feedback is amazing. So we kept it on the menu now. It's permanent.
And you have stuff for kids, because like my kids, I have one of them who's not really into Mexican food. Yes. So you got the chicken nuggets, the cheeseburgers,
waffle fries, quesadillas. We try to cater to everybody,
Well, I love it. All right, let's go back in the kitchen. Let's see how you make some of this stuff.
Come on, guys.
Cool. Back in the kitchen. Oh my gosh, am I excited. You got the quesadilla tacos.
Oh yeah.
Consomme. Oh man. Good thing I didn't eat breakfast, although I would argue that it is part of this complete breakfast. Right, it covers all the major food groups.
It very well could be.
Right, okay, so guys, tell me about this birria that you guys offer, because it comes from a long-standing family tradition.
It does. It comes from actually Patty's mom's recipe that was passed down and taught to her, and then she brought that over to our gas station.
All right, so the tacos that we're making today, tell me a little bit about the texture and the flavor of these tacos.
The flavor is definitely there. It has maybe over 10 to 12 different spices in it. And the best part of the consomme is the soup. That's probably what makes the birria dish.
And like everything else in here, everything's made in-house.
Oh yes, we try to make everything from scratch in-house. The only thing we probably don't make, which we will hopefully this year, is the tortillas. But everything, the salsas, everything is made from scratch. And it's made by this chef, and she's been with us for over 16 years now.
All right, so these are the quesadilla tacos. Look at this. Oh man, all that meat inside here. Take a look at all of this. Look at the juices already emanating. I haven't even taken a bite yet. All right, so I gotta dip it in the consomme. Forget the spoon. Let's just do it the right way. Let's do this. First off, it's the right amount of crispiness on the actual tortillas itself. The slow cooked beef, just incredibly tender and juicy, like I was showing to you right before I took my first bite. And then of course, you dip it in the consomme and it all comes together perfectly. A little bit of spice, but not too much, gives it that little bit of extra kick, and just all this together between the melted cheese and the tortilla. Oh my gosh, you like quesadilla tacos? You are going to love this, I promise. I'm taking another bite. This is a monstrous sized burrito. And when we try to cut it in half for cinematic purposes, I mean, it just started oozing out. So that's a sign, look, all the stuff that you have in here. You're gonna have your chicken, your cilantro, your onion, your rice, as well as your beans. I'm gonna put some of their homemade salsa on it. Right here, pour it on. This does have a kick to it, so I gotta be prepared. So fortunately, where I'm sitting right now, made it quite easy. I look like that, voila, got my jarritos to wash it down after. Once again, packed with so much chicken, so much meat very tender. And then it softens up with the rice and the refried beans, and then this thick tortilla, and then the homemade salsa. Absolutely love it. If you like spicy, you know, it's not overwhelming, but it's definitely very strong. This is really solid. Plus you're gonna have that cilantro and onions to give it that extra bit of flavor. This is one of their newer items, the asada fries. Guys, I'm gonna show this to you. Just take a look how much is on here. Now this easily feeds 2 to 3 people. You got the fries, of course, gotta start with that like as your base. The carne asada, there's tons of it here. And then of course you got the green salsa, the melted cheese, the pico de gallo, and then you can put more salsa on it if you want. If you haven't figured out already, I'm probably one of their biggest fans when it comes to their salsa. Now again, this is a little spicy, but totally worth it in my opinion. Let me see if I can get a bit of everything in one bite. So you got the sour cream, the carne asada, the refried beans, everything here in one bite. Let's start with the French fries, because typically, usually when it comes to French fries, they always have that industrialized taste. So here has more of that natural potato taste in them. That's just with the French fries. And then the meat, again, this plate full of carne asada. They don't skimp on anything here at this place. And then you got the mixture of the sour cream, which kind of gives it that coolness flavor, right? After you've added a little bit of the salsa to it. You got the pico de gallo. Right here, you got their green sauce right here, as well as the refried beans. And again, this could easily feed a couple people if you decide to. But you know what? Maybe you don't want to share, and who could blame you for that? So what's your favorite item that I ordered today? Or if you've been here before, what's your go-to item on this menu? They really, truly do have a bit of everything. So Salsa Mexican Grill, again, located in the gas station here, the Chevron gas station at the southeast corner of Fallbrook and Van Owen. And you know, this place really has a bit of everything for you. Obviously, you can get your gas here, you can get your propane, and you can even actually get your car washed, and you have a great membership for that. So whatever it is, this is kind of like a one-stop place right here. Almost like a clubhouse is kind of how I'd almost put it. Super friendly. Everybody here is extremely welcoming, and whatever you need, they pretty much have it. And that's the great thing about it is maybe you want to get a side, although I would argue their food is so filling you may not actually need it, but maybe you want some chips. Maybe you want beef jerky or sunflower seeds. They have it. So this is the place to come if you're really looking for some great Mexican food here on the west side of the San Fernando Valley. Come check these guys out. Again, Salsa Mexican Grill. Let us know what you think, and I'll see you on the next episode of Eat, Live, Love San Fernando Valley.